In this video, we're talking about how to find top tech sales companies using a stock screener. Now, one important note at the very beginning here is we'll only be looking at public companies because we're only looking at public stocks. So this doesn't necessarily include any private companies or startups, but if you are interested in working for a larger, more stable public tech company, then this is a really great way to find a list of companies to apply to for tech sales positions. So on the screen, we're already on the Yahoo Finance Stock Screener. I'll jump over to Google real fast just to show you how to get to the stock screener. So you can just type in stock screener in Google. FinViz is the first one that pops up. You can use this one as well. I'm using the Yahoo Finance one in this video. There's a bunch of other ones. It doesn't really matter what you use. They're all accessing data from the same public stock market. So jumping over to the Yahoo Finance Stock Screener now, the region we've chosen is the United States. I guess you could actually, look in a different region if you want to. If you want to look for tech companies in a different country. For the purposes of this video, we're just going to do the United States. For market cap, we're going to leave that alone. The sector is what we really want to specify. So there are 11 sectors according to this classification system. We're not interested in any of these other sectors. We just want to look at technology because we're obviously interested in tech sales positions. And then in terms of industry, this is where it gets really interesting. So if you know a little bit about tech sales, you already know that, for example, software is a main product that is sold by tech sales professionals, but that doesn't necessarily exclude any of these other industries from tech sales. Like you could be a tech salesperson that sells like semiconductors even. You would just be selling hardware, or you could be selling information technology services. You would just be selling kind of a service instead of a product. But for the purpose of this video, let's just focus on software. You've probably heard the term SaaS, software as a service. This is one of the most common things that you're going to be selling in tech sales. And let's start with, you can see they break it down into software infrastructure and software application. Let's just start with software application, and then we'll click Find Stocks. So what this is going to generate for you, it's going to generate a list of the public companies in the United States that fall within the application software industry of the technology sector. And you already tell, here, let me make this a little bit bigger just in case that's too big. There we go. You're probably already recognizing some of these companies, especially if you're already familiar with the tech sector. So Salesforce, obviously, like the original tech sales company. SAP, I think, is even older than Salesforce. If I'm not mistaken, they sell mainly ERP software. Maybe they sell new services now. It's been a while, I think, since they started selling ERP software. Intuit, I'm pretty sure this is the company that does like TurboTax and maybe Mint as well. ServiceNow, Uber, Shopify. I don't know about Cadence Design. Snowflake, I do know about. So of these top, 7 or 8 companies, I know for sure Salesforce, SAP, Intuit, ServiceNow, Uber, Shopify, and Snowflake all definitely have tech sales positions. I don't know about this company just because it doesn't look like it's American. Workday definitely has tech sales positions. Atlassian definitely does. Datadog definitely does. HubSpot definitely does. Zoom definitely does. So you're going to get a very high hit rate of some of the top tech sales companies by doing this search in the stock screener. And you can even sort. So right now you can see we're sorted by market cap. All market cap is it's basically just, if you take all the public shares of that company and multiply it by the share price, you're going to get market cap. And so if we click on this, we're going to get the smaller companies that we've probably never heard of. You probably want to have this sorted by biggest to smallest. And you can even look at the change in their stock price, although I think this is only a daily change, so maybe this isn't helpful because you would probably want to see the change over a longer time. So I would just keep this sorted in descending order of market cap. So you're basically going to be looking at the largest companies to the smallest company. And you can see that there are 511 results for this search. So if you're trying to get a job in tech sales, what we recommend at Break Into Tech Sales is send out as many applications as possible, like over 100 at least. So this is a really easy way to find tech sales companies to apply to, just by going to a stock screener, filtering by the technology sector and filtering by the software application industry. Obviously, there are some of these that you won't want to apply to for various reasons, but let's just like do an example. Let's like DocuSign. So you find DocuSign on this list, and then you go, let's do DocuSign careers. Top result, find your role. So for some reason it wasn't letting me type in there. Let me go back. Okay, there we go. Sales development representative. This is like the most common entry level. Oh man, I clicked the wrong button. Sales. If a DocuSign product manager is watching this, they can see that the UI is not necessarily intuitive. Okay, perfect. Wow. So we went from the stock screener. We saw one of the biggest tech companies, DocuSign, in the software application category. We searched for an entry-level tech sales job title, sales development representative, and we can see it definitely has results. In fact, they have results like all over the globe. I'm actually not even seeing a US result right now. I'm seeing a lot of Europe, Mexico, even Australia, even Japan. Wow, they have 53 results for this category. Account executive is a slightly more senior tech sales role, but small to medium business, maybe you that is the smallest account size. Other than, small to you have SMB, then you have mid-market, then you have enterprise, and sometimes an SMB account executive can be available to entry-level roles. I won't go too much into detail. I'm kind of interested to click in there and see the job description, but I know this is a video about how to find top tech sales companies using a stock screener. So I think you get the general idea. Let's just do like one more just to quickly see. Let's do software infrastructure, find another list of stocks. So there are 252 results in this list. So the other list is like 500. This is 252. So that's like over 700 companies. And let's only assume like half of those work out. You still have something like 300 or 400 companies in the software space, the tech sector, that almost certainly have sales positions because these are large public companies. So this is a great list to use to apply for tech sales positions. And you can do exactly what I did. Let's just do one more example. Let's just do CrowdStrike to show you how you can so quickly get to the tech sales job posting. So I would suggest doing CrowdStrike careers. It's going to be the first result most of the time. I have to accept the cookies. Let's go to job postings. And it's going to let us search, which is very convenient. Let's do the other. So sales development representative, or SDR, is definitely the most popular, but business development representative, or BDR, is also pretty popular. So it doesn't look like they have that. They have a sales development representative in Tokyo, which is interesting. So it looks like they do use the terms. So they're hiring for a manager of sales development, but it doesn't look like they're hiring for any entry-level tech sales roles right now. Account executive. So they're hiring for kind of leadership, like sales manager. A lot of sales managers, actually, which is really interesting. Oh, SMB account executive. There you go. So again, this is, like I said earlier, let's see how much. 1+ year of cold calling into greenfield accounts, particularly in tech, SaaS, or security. So yeah, honestly, if you've had like an internship or just some experience with cold calling, I think this is a job that you could legitimately apply to start your career in tech sales. SMB account executive, usually it's SDR, BDR, or ADR, but you can sometimes start your career as an account executive if it's the SMB account size. This is actually how I started my own career in tech sales. I started at Yelp as an SMB account executive, so I was actually never an SDR in my tech sales career. So hopefully this video was helpful to show you how you can find lots of very prestigious and large and growing top tech sales companies to apply to for tech sales jobs. If you have any questions about this process, you can send me a message on LinkedIn. My name's Cole Feldman, ColeFeldman. I would actually be interested to get your thoughts on this because this is the first time I'm kind of showing this process, and I'm curious if people will find it useful. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just click the button below this video. All we talk about is tech sales, specifically really how to get a job in tech sales. So whether that's, how to find jobs like what we're doing right now, or how to interview, or even how to be successful as you're starting out your tech sales career in your first role. That's everything we talk about. So subscribe if that interests you. Thanks so much for watching this video, and we'll talk to you later.